Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to J.J. Braithwaite Field here in lovely downtown Conshohocken, Pennsylvania, for the Philadelphia Phoenix 2017 AUDL home opener, and indeed opening game of their season. They have had 2 weeks off while the rest of the league got started, and we're hosting today the Montreal Royale, who are doubtless playing another game tomorrow, though I don't know where yet. Typically the road trips involve games both days, and we're feeling pretty lucky to get this one in as it's been raining all day, though fairly lightly. And we have a great crowd here considering the weather. Various tents and umbrellas up on the far side. The lights are already on. The referees are having their midfield meeting with the captains and the coin toss. This is Bailey Saul. I'm here with Mark Sands, another Frisbee player, ultimate player from Pennsbury High School, who has at least 4 on the roster today, the active roster. If not 5. I think we do have 5, yes. Mott, Haney, Klimkowski, Startzel, Hunziker, and more from the local summer leagues up in Mercer County, as well as some of the great Philadelphia Spinners players from the now defunct MLU. Trey Katzenbach has joined the Phoenix, and the teams are circling up prior to taking the field for the first pull. We'd like to welcome you to the 2017 AUDL Philadelphia Phoenix season. The Phoenix, who were winless last season, have much higher expectations this year now that the Spinners are defunct and some of their best players have become available. Let's see who we have taking the field for the opening pull. I see Paul Klimkowski out there, Scotty Zhu, Marcus Brownlee. I'm just waiting to get some numbers. Nick Spiva, number 36. And it looks like Will Haney over there, though I can't be sure. Again, without seeing their numbers from the new booth, the brand new booth. Sean Mott, I think, is number 2 on that line. Am I right there? I've got to remember to look at my monitor here.
Yeah, it looks like we got Scotty Zhu, Sean Mott, Will Honey, Marquez Brownlee, Nicky Spiva. I don't know who's 6 on the line, and then Paul Klimkowski.
Right. I'll see his jersey in a minute. The disc is in the air. Paul Klimkowski receiving. Out to Scotty Zhu. Overthrows Nicky Spiva. First turnover of the game. Montreal looking for a quick swing to the middle. Pass up on the left sideline. Still throwing a dump swing. Phoenix defense is looking pretty good. Paul Klimkowski on the mark. I see a 28 out there, and I do not have his number on my roster, which is always interesting. Number 18 in the middle. They're working it towards the goal, and there is the first goal for Montreal. Montreal seems to always have their one fan with his megaphone yelling bon travail, good work in French to his team. Let's see, who was that? I would like to get 28 out here. I've got number 20. Daigle. And Montreal's pull is away. Oh, jeez. I just realized I didn't start the clock.
Wide open. Oh.
Dropped by Marcus Brownlee.
Montreal looking for their second break to start the game. The conditions are sloppy as the players are starting to find out. Wet disc, wet grass. Big shot to the end zone, D'd by Will Honey.
I am, but
Centered
I've got
up
a
to
mic
Trey.
on too. I know I let the clock run. I'm going to take a minute off.
Nicky with the disc on the sideline. With a nice inside break to Scotty
Sorry,
Zoo.
thank you.
Bounces it to Will. Will looking deep. Finds his homie Sean Mott, 81.
That's a catch.
Layout
for the
goal.
Catch for the goal in the end zone. Will Haney to Sean Mott.
Sean Mott was a rookie in the MLU last year. He won Rookie of the Year. Came back to play in the AUDL this year after they folded.
Yes, I can.
Okay, cool. Everything good?
Yes.
Alright, everything good there? It should be 1-1.
Oh, thank you. Score.
Grooving that button to the left.
Yeah, home.
You literally just have to press the button, 0-1 on the other. There we go. Yep, and from this point, all you gotta do is just literally just tap the button and it'll add 1.
Okay, just hit the home or guess button and it adds one.
Yeah,
Great. Thank you.
Phoenix pulls to Montreal.
Turnover on Montreal. Number 49, Félix-Antoine Daigle drops the disc. Immediately turned and caught.
Quinn Hunziker,
Who threw that?
number 17 on Philadelphia Phoenix.
That's Stephen Eng.
Do you want to check those? It's
And the pull is away by Mr. Esser.
a great mark.
Antoine Ganest with the disc. Looking for Miguel Goder. Up the middle to Kevin Quinlan. And a foul is called. Seems to be offensive or a travel. I couldn't see which. On Félix-Antoine Daigle. Disc is back up to number 32 across the field. Upfield to Kevin Quinlan again. Easy flick across the middle. barely reined in. And another one up the sideline. Oh, and a turn in the end zone. Kevin Grew threw that away. Just barely overthrown. And we have Glenn Poole walking it up. Glenn, a very experienced player and a longtime coach for several area high school and club and summer league teams. Up on the left sideline. 89 dump back to Casey Startzel. Puts it up on the right side, back to Casey towards the middle. Casey, a longtime Pennsbury handler and player in the Mercer Disc League. Ooh, we've got Mr. Esser out front. He catches that. That is a goal with 8 minutes left in the first quarter.
That's an athlete.
Sure is. And that was Matt Esser catching the goal. He jumped in the end zone at the last second. Did you see who threw that?
I did not.
I thought it might have been Glenn or Sean Mott or even Casey. Oops, wait a minute. No, that's 3. They did get one more. 81 it was, okay. Sean Mott threw that.
Pull from Marquez Brownlee.
He has 1 goal and 1 assist. That one's out of bounds. So it'll be brought to the brick. And whistled in play there by the ref. Quinn Hunsinger guarding Breton near sideline. Ferraro guarded by Nardelli rather. Disc is in. Montreal in the middle of the field, a nice 20-yard midfield flick. Almost dropped there. Up the right sideline, the disc is into the end zone. Oh, and it's stolen by number 13. No, that wasn't 13.
Oh,
he is 13, but that's Quinn's number. Brownlee on the left sideline. Gets bumped there a little bit. No foul is called. We have, there he is, 28. That was Nelson Oak who made that interception. Thank you. And, woo! Is that Sean Mott getting fouled on the reception? Yes, he got his hat knocked off. I would say it's a foul. As an ex-ref, I would have blown that. Swings it across to Scotty Zhu, still on the 5-yard line. And Scotty looking, gets rid of it to Quinn Hunsinger. Back to Mott in the middle. They're back to the 10 now. That's all right. They're still close, and there is the goal. Scotty Zhu on a layout catch from Sean Mott. Very pretty. They're very good. So Sean with the assist and Scotty Zhu with the goal. And that is 4-1. Oh, wait. There we go. Time 0625. Okay. Okay. This timeout called by Montreal, I'm guessing. No, I missed it. I have to confess to our dear listeners that this is the first game for this crew in all our new positions. I have a rookie wingman. I am not a rookie in the booth, but I am a rookie clock operator, which I'm trying to do as I give you this broadcast. And as most of us know, males are not typically multitasking units. So bear with us with pregnant pauses and asking each other who did what. Montreal taking the field after their timeout, looking to get their second goal and probably unaccustomed to being down 3 at this juncture. We have 2 of the most experienced referees for both MLU and AUDL doing trail ref today. J.B. Harrington to your left as you look at the field, and Joe Campbell to the right. Dan Moraski on the near sideline. And a new guy on the far sideline whose name I shall have to get for you again. The disc is up and going to be caught by Montreal. Up to number 17 in the middle. Back up to 81, a long flick. And that is knocked down quite easily on the far side of the field by Ryan Brown with the nice D. And at number 8 in the middle, we have Steve Rosso swinging it over to Charles Cannon. Right up the line to Ryan Brown again. Oh! Almost stolen. That was a nice come-to by the Phoenix. Right in the middle of the field. We're dumping back to Matt Esser, who swings it across again to Steve Rosso. Up the field to Ryan Brown again. Ooh, that's a nice catch right on the goal line. And a toss for the goal by number 4, Greg Martin. Greg Martin with a great catch, and the assist right away to Ryan Brown.
Bailey, what do you think about this year's team, Philadelphia Phoenix, compared to last year?
Well, given that they now have a 5-1 lead, I would say it's pretty distinctly different. And there are many of the same players, which is an interesting thing, but also some of the ex-spinners and several new guys who have never played for either team. So I think there's some real potential. I think the Phoenix players who have been here 3 or 4 years have also grown quite a bit. One could say literally and figuratively.
I'm there with you.
We have a nice catch by Montreal to start the next point. 5:10 left in the first quarter. 27 over to 7. Steve Bonneau. And he gets it back on the near sideline. Shoots it up to Antoine Geneste. And it is dropped in the middle of the field. Another turnover. That dropped by Nasser Mbe-Vogel. And now being held by Spiva, who throws it wide, and it is picked up by Glenn Poole. Paying attention. Nice work, Glenn. Coming up on 4:30 left in the quarter. There's a hospital pull over the middle. Tipped away predictably by Montreal. A little more air bounce than he wanted on that. Casey Startzel on the mark. Glenn Poole now on the mark on Mr. Geneste, who gets it away despite that. Coming to the near sideline. Number 51. Unfortunately, my Montreal roster is neither complete nor in order. So, 51. Let's see who we can find there. Okay. So we have only the second goal for Montreal. 27 caught it. Miguel Goder from Quentin Bonneau.
Yeah. I'm running ads between every score.
So far we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 players for the Phoenix who have been involved in their 5 scores. With Sean Mott already having 2 assists and a goal. Scotty Zhu out to Marcus Brownlee at midfield. And we have a timeout. That was, I think, mistakenly called by the Phoenix sideline. One of the players may have gotten in the ear of the ref. And the timeout is now being assessed to to Philadelphia, rather. And I think they'll probably have a little discussion about who is calling the timeouts, because it should only be called by a coach or a player on the field in possession of the disc. So we have a little chat about that going on. Little clarification. These early season issues. And we have who I presume is a team captain, Quinlan, for Montreal, going to check with the refs on what that was about. So we have one timeout left for each team in this half. Montreal had called one earlier, just being changed on the scoreboard.
Have a loud crowd today. Gotta love that.
Yes.
Especially in this weathers.
Not huge, but loud.
Scotty Zhu directing traffic.
Looks like that may have been ruled a delay of game for having an ineligible person call the timeout. Mr. Harrington has waved the disc in. The clock is started. Scotty Zhu launches it for Marcus Brownlee. Woo!
And
that's a nice catch.
Big time play.
Big time play. And what a target. What a target.
Scotty Zhu and Marquez Brownlee are a new addition from the New York Rumble, making the connection on that play right there.
That was fun to watch.
It's great to have a guy
So we have
like
Scotty
Marquez
pumping a
throw
bomb down there to Marquez. Where is he? Brownlee, there he is. And we have a 6-2 Philadelphia lead with 3:42 left in the quarter. Disc is picked up. Clock is started. 49. Oh, a nice bid by Matt Esser to try and get his hand on that. Could not quite do it. We have a little shoving foul on Philadelphia. 10 yards up. And play is back in. Montreal just past midfield. And the disc is up and too far. Way too long. 3 minutes left in the quarter. Disc being brought up back to the goal by Stephen Eng, who is... Oh, it's stolen. It's intercepted in front of Matt Esser, who did not come to that disc, unfortunately. Montreal at the 10 of Philadelphia. And he's looking, he has it in the corner. 2:20 left, that's 49. Felix Antoine Daigle throwing to Miguel Godert. Still trying to figure out who number 51 is. I know there's, oh, there he is. Bezo Limoges. Sure was. And that makes it 6-3. Game is proceeding apace. Montreal with a big pull. Very big by number 11. Christian Foster is coming back a little bit. Will settle at the 15 or the 14 rather of the Philadelphia Phoenix. Over to Scotty Zhu. In the middle to Angra Manganelli, otherwise known as Freshman. A nice dump to Will Haney. And across field to Nicky Spiva again. Over to Marcus Brownlee on the far side, looking for Sean Mott, but no, he's going long. Oh, and it's just out of reach of Paul Klimkowski. And is there a call? We do have a call. Brownlee got shoved. Contact on the throw. Disc is being brought back. Placed on the ground. Marcus picks it up, and it's back in. Right up to Scotty Zhu. Or no, is that? Yes, Scotty Zhu. Oh, yep. Andrew clearing out. Back over to Nicky Spiva, who's looking for Marquez. He finds him on the left sideline at the 20. 1 minute left. Marquez with nice floater. Oh, Nicky just knocked that out of bounds. Could not quite get his hand on it. Nice play by, is he the number I don't have, number 28? I think he is. 18 and 22. And at 30 seconds, let's find his name when we can. That would be great. 37 seconds left. At 30 seconds, the clock rules change to be stopped on every foul. Swing it up to the near side. And we are 25 seconds left. All right. Number 11 in the middle, 21 on the near sideline. 9 seconds. The sideline needs to be making some noise. 3, 2, 1.
They take their
shot. The disc
shot.
is up. And the horn. It is tipped by Marcus Brownlee, and the quarter is over. What are we doing here? Zero. What am I? I'm having trouble with the clock here. Go to commercial.
Let's step up to the occasion. Let's rise up for it. Hard on defense, hard on out. Don't throw something if you don't have it. Hit the swing. Let's work it like you know we can. All right? Phoenix on 3. 1, 2, 3. Phoenix!
And I'm Jim Garrison.
And we founded Eric.
In 2012, we started Eric when my mom passed away from stage 4 non-Hodgkin's lymphoma on the second day of his son Eric's cancer treatment for stage 2 non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. The difference there was stage 2 versus stage 4. Catching cancer early really was key. So when we decided to create something as a legacy to both my mom and his son, we decided that we wanted to do it within our community, and we play Ultimate, and we think that the Ultimate community is the best community, so we wanted to really get the message of cancer symptoms awareness, body awareness to that community.
What Eric does at these clinics is
Yeah.
All right.
We're back now, Bale.
Okay, back live with 40 seconds left between the quarters as the Phoenix come out and prepare to pull. And we have, well, they don't really have to. Nelson Oak brought the disc out, but he's given it up to, I think that's Ryan. But I'm not positive. Ryan Brown getting ready to pull. The disc is away.
We're starting the second quarter.
And the second quarter has begun. Montreal on offense, past Quinn Kunzinger with the first throw to the middle of the field for Mr. Quinlan again. Number 13 over to 27. Oh!
Hey.
And somebody zigged when they should have zagged. Stephen Eng with the interception. And so tempted was Steve Rosso by a... Oh, he gets kick blocked. There is no call on that. Charles Cannon on the mark for the throw over there. And another turnover by Montreal, who just cannot seem to keep hold of the disc today. Back to Matt Esser, coming across to Charles Cannon again. Looking for something on the sideline, Mr. Oak. Oh. We have a call here. Timeout. Called by the Philadelphia Phoenix, which is their final timeout. For this half. JB, timeouts are on downs to go, so none left. We know. Yeah, the timeout left button doesn't seem to work properly here, so. But there are no timeouts left for. No, for Montreal for this half. They just. Oh, it's the. I'm sorry, that's the other way around. For Phoenix, you're correct. For Phoenix, Montreal has one. Timeouts. They have one. Phoenix has timeouts, and
Nicky Spiva with the disc. Resets it to Scott. Scott hits Trey.
Trey Katzenbach. If he's not 40, he's 43. but one of the most reliable handlers and runners you will ever find. Look at him outdistancing his man already. Back open in the middle. Katzenbach running the offense here. Looking around for his dump. Now he looks back upfield and gets it back to Spiva. Oh!
To Trey.
To Trey, who is running all alone. Catches the disc, and boom, to Scotty Zhu for the goal. Trey Katzenbach, welcome to the Philadelphia Phoenix. Nice to see you here. Assists for Trey, and that was Scotty Zhu caught that, yes?
Yes.
Yeah, so we now have 7-3.
Trey Katzenbach might have the highest ultimate IQ.
It's darn close.
Yeah.
It really is. He is Mr. Reliable out there.
So decisive.
And not a real flappable guy either. Matt Esser with the pull. Who was a little bit close to an offsides there, but we're going to let that slide this time around. Montreal moving the disc quickly across the middle. A little late start on the clock there. My apologies. We'll let that run a little bit after the point. Montreal back to the near sideline, number 17. Up front to 81, Kevin Quinlan again. Into the end zone for the score. So we have one more for the guests. We have number 82 scored that? 80. Kevin Grew. And it is 7-4 now with 9:34 left in the second quarter. Phoenix hands up to receive. Montreal with a roller by number 11, Christian Foster. Marcus taps it down at the 10 or just inside it. Thrown to Scotty Zhu in the middle. Spiva waiting behind him just to be a dump. Swings it to Paul Klimkowski. Far sideline, Marcus Brownlee up the sideline 10 yards. Marcus with a nice flick across the middle to Sean Mott. Big backhand, and he's looking for Will Haney, who's sort of taking his time getting in the end zone, reads that beautifully, and snakes it in.
It's a big man, Will Harney. Great form. Rather than go up and take a risk, he boxed out his man, secured the position, comes down with a goal. Textbook.
Will Haney with the catch. Who threw that again?
Sean Mott.
Sean Mott, of course. There we go. 81. That is Sean's third assist of the game. He is the leading scorer for the Phoenix right now with 3 assists and a goal. And a nice big pull. Caught at the 5 by Montreal.
Streaking deep.
Streaking deep is number 27, but he's ignored, Miguel Goddard. Oh, there's a flick. Matt Esser on defense. Tipped away. No foul is called. 2 Philadelphia Phoenix on that play. We had Matt Esser and Greg Martin.
Both from the Spinners.
And Scotty Zhu with the...
Oh, Quinn, great hands.
Quinn just picked something up that Scotty should be thanking him for. Quinn again, holding the disc. That's another nice catch in the middle by Nelson Oak. He's looking around. Ooh, nice pick and catch there by Charles Cannon. 17, Stephen Ing swings it across a little ways. Ooh, a nice one again to Nelson. Oak in the middle. Finds Quinn Hunziker. Quinn is looking upfield. Big flick. It's a little out in space, but Matt Esser trying to run that down. The Montreal player is just a little too quick for him. We're back to 7:25 left in the half. Montreal at their own 6, up to the 15. A big flick huck to a wide open receiver, but the flick has a lot of air, and Nelson Oak doesn't get it. He's just outside the end zone. Number 51. Number 44 now with the disc, throwing wide to the cone. And it's over 27, Miguel Godin's head, for another Montreal turnover. So they are playing uncharacteristically sloppily today. Nelson Oak on the far sideline, dumping it back. That looks like Greg Martin again. Back to Nelson Oak on the far sideline. Back. Oh, I'm sorry. That is Steve Rosso. And Steve nicely put out to Stephen Ing on the far sideline, who also puts it out nicely to Quinn Hunziker, who might have taken a step or two extra. Matt Esser in the middle, stops quickly and pulls it to to Greg Martin in the end zone for the goal, making it 9-4 Philadelphia. Is that Greg Martin caught that or Rosso?
Greg Martin.
Greg Martin for his second point, his first goal. And thrown by, just trying to see who threw that guy.
Matt Esser threw it.
Matt Esser, thank you, for his second point of the game and first assist. And we have 9-4 now. Disc is up.
Ooh,
Montreal can't quite decide who to catch it. 6:15 left in the half. Almost turned it over again. On the near sideline. Ooh, a hammer into the end zone for number 13, I think that is.
Got it.
And he's been all over the field. Andre Arsenault. And that is the 5th point for the Royale. Number 5, I'm sorry, not Arsenault. That is Jordan Taylor, making his presence felt. Arsenault is right in front of me. I have to use some of these process of elimination numbers on the near sideline. I'm okay either way.
There's a little bit of a glare.
Yeah, it's better off, I think.
Yeah,
Thank you, Nick. Working with our environmental situations here. A nice pull by number 11, Christian Foster. Very high, giving them time. Paul Klimkowski reels it in with 6 minutes left. Over to Rosso, I believe that is. No, Spiva.
Yep.
And Klimkowski up to Will Haney, an old Pensbury teammate to Sean Mott, another Pensbury kid. Looking for Spiva on the swing and the dump. Oh! It is
foul on the throw.
Contact, yes. Contact on the marker, so Mott is taking 10. We have 5:34 left. Disc is in. Paul Klimkowski in the middle, dump to Spiva. Will Haney is waiting on the right side in case he needs him. Spiva goes upfield. Is it Scotty Jew? Or is it Andrew Manganelli just tipping it away? That was so close. Freshman had his hand on that, but he was going to his knee as he went for it. Hard to hold it against him. Steve Bonneau goes into the end zone to pick it up for Montreal. He is drying the disc off as he comes out to have Sean Mott mark him. And you have Will Haney marking the dump just in case there. Across the field, number 5, Taylor on the near side. A nice flick that's out in front of Marcus Brownlee, who just can't quite catch it. Back to Mr. Katz, 28, our missing Montreal player on the roster. A nice little wobbly thing to go to number 9. Some contact by Will Haney, and he'll take it up 10 yards. And here we go. Montreal back in, back to the middle, back towards the sideline for number 7 across to number 28. Mr. Katz intercepted by Marcus Brownlee. To Scotty Zhu, who wants the right flat for Paul Klimkowski but can't quite get there. Back to Nicky Spiva, who's waiting in the end zone for an open man. Back up to Will Haney. A nice grab, stretching out for it. Right up to freshman. Oh, and that's intercepted by number 21, Gabriel Manfret. And it's off to Mr. Katz in the end zone for the goal for Montreal, who has closed the gap to 3 now with their 6th score on a couple of uncharacteristic Phoenix turnovers. We have 1 timeout left for Montreal, none for the Phoenix for this half. And 3:53 left. Phoenix getting the disc. Try and get that lead back to 4. We have Scotty Zhu, Glenn Poole, Stephen Ing, Nicky Spiva, right?
Sean Mott.
And Katzenbach, Andrew Manganelli. Oh, Sean Mott is?
Yeah, Sean Mott is right next to Trey.
Trey, okay. Sean Mott bending over there, right. Okay, and Trey Katzenbach. We have the disc is up. Another very big pull. Caught by Glenn Poole. Over to Trey Katzenbach on the near sideline, who puts it out easily for Glenn, another 10 yards up the field. And he gets Andrew Manganelli. Oh, no. Freshman, that's Arcata. That's not Manganelli, that's Arcata. I'm sorry, my mistake. Across the field to Stephen Ing, who's looking for Glenn Poole again. Trey Katzenbach, the ever open. And back to Arcata with a nice deep pull for Sean Mott, who has some vertical leap, doesn't need it. Reins it in. So that is Arcata to Mott. Mike Arcata with his first point of the game to Sean Mott for his 5th. 3:16 left. It is back to a 4-goal lead. 10-6 Philadelphia. Yeah, Sean, our cameraman is pointing out, Sean made a nice hesitation there to hold the defender off a little bit so he didn't have to leap and he could just step forward and rein it in. As long as he's under the disc and can be said to be playing the disc, it's never going to be called for a foul. The pull is up for the Phoenix, received on the fly by number 17, Antoine Geneste. Gets it into the middle, and that is caught by Mr. Vogel. Back to the middle, back to the near sideline a little bit. Back to Mr. Vogel on the near sideline at the 20. He's looking for someone open. And there he is. 49, Felix Antoine Daigle. Back to 27, who is Miguel Goder. Back to Mr. Vogel on the far sideline. And there. Oh!
Great layout D.
Big D by Sean Mott. Who was that? No.
No, it was not Sean Mott.
That was 77. That was Ryan Brown making the big D play. And will he cash it in? He will. He dropped it. Oh, no. That was just behind the divider of my windows. I missed. He dropped that. Yeah, that's true. That is true. It's a ground caused. He had that in his hands. Montreal is up to the goal line. 81 is Kevin Quinlan calling someone back. He gets number 17, Antoine Geneste, over the middle to 13, Andre Arsenault. Mr. Vogel on the near sideline again. And we have 81 with a blady flick. Kevin Quinlan up to, actually, Kevin Grew. Miguel Goder. No, that is Kevin Quinlan to Kevin Grew for the 7th goal for the Montreal Royale. Yeah. Yep. Bon travail. Good work. So we have 1:35 left in the half. Phoenix up 10-7. Signal being given for 10 seconds left for the pull. Yours truly is going to start the clock about 2 seconds after the catch to make up for the delay in stopping it. Scotty Zhu going back into the end zone. He catches that. Stands and throws up the field to Spiva at the 5. Back to Scotty Zhu for 5 more yards. Sean Mott in the middle. There he is at the 25. Back to Spiva. Oh! Very nice tip by Montreal at their own 19 to the 16. Number 21 looking for the end zone. And he has it. And there is the score with 1:02 left to make it 10-8.
Montreal is doing a great job on defense converting to points.
They are. They still have way more turnovers than Philadelphia, but they've made the most of the ones they've gotten from Philly. Yep. So we're going to see which cat gets the pull this time. Timeout, Montreal, their final timeout of this half. So that's first half, second half. Nobody has any timeouts left. Yeah, it is. 102. 102 left. So let's see what we have here. The line on the field for Philadelphia seems to be Katzenbach, Haney, Mott. That's Stephen Ing, Spiva.
Scotty Zhu.
Ah, thank you. Scotty Zhu, actually, Marcus Brownlee, Spiva, and Arcata. Philadelphia should not be happy letting them back in this after a 4 and 5 goal lead. It's evaporated to 2 now. They really like to close this out. Pull is away.
With style, 360 and hang time.
Yes, right. And it is caught by Mr. Spiva up to Scotty Zhu, who is getting it back in the middle. Trey Katzenbach acting as his dump. Spiva, nice catch. Closer to the sideline, a big flick out to Arcata. He is going to catch that at the 10, or the 5, really. No, it is the 10, I'm sorry. Boom to Marquez, Brownlee. Ooh. And there it is to Will Haney. Marquez Brownlee to Will Haney for the goal. And that will give the Phoenix their 11th. A long time coming. Marquez with his first assist. And Haney with his second goal. Montreal going to try to use this last 30 seconds. They have no timeouts left. Head ref J.B. Harrington just reminding the coach of that. Caroline Cadot and her assistant coach Christian Mathieu. Both teams, interestingly, with female head coaches, but the Phoenix head coach is not here today. I was trying to find out. I know she had a prior engagement, I think with another team, but I can't be positive of that. Marcus with a big cross-field huck that is caught on the goal line by Montreal. 30 seconds left. Big swing to this near sideline, up at the 20. Centered back to the 25. Number 7, he puts a big flick out to number 81, Kevin Quinlan. What a nice catch at the 5. He was not in. And he throws across field for the goal with 8 seconds left. That is by the hair on your chinny chin chin. And makes it 11-9, back within 2. The Phoenix with 8 seconds left to get off a bomb, which is what they're going to need to do.
Look at that sunset.
Look at that. The sun making its first appearance here this afternoon as it goes below the horizon. Yep. 8 seconds. It's unlikely that they can get something done in that short a time, though you could get at least one quick pass up into the flat, but they're not going to make it catchable. It hits the ground, rolls. Scotty Zhu picks it up, and Spiva flicks out to the side. 3. Mott with a big pull.
Marquez.
And it's D'd up. Oh! No, it isn't. It is caught. It is caught. That was Sean Mott to the aforementioned Nelson Oak with a diving reception in the end zone to steal a point at the end of the half. That was a great catch and great heads up to stay in the play. What a play by Nelson Oak. That's going to make the highlights for AUDL this week. And I know Caroline is going to have something to say to Montreal about that, eh? We don't like these last-second goals. It is no fun. So the fields will take to the locker rooms, and we will put, let me see, what are we doing? 12 minutes between halves here, right? Yes. So, actually, I think it's going to be a 10-minute.
Damn, I can't believe he came out with
that. That is something.
We come in and we
very
take
unlikely
over the PE class.
ending,
Usually
but
there's
they got
6 or 7
it.
PE classes throughout the day. They last around 45 or 50 minutes. The first 5 or 10 minutes is all about Eric.
There are really 3 pillars to the Eric.
Yeah.
Be active. Make sure you're getting outside and
Yeah, I
having
should
fun.
have said that.
Playing
Oh,
ultimate
we have,
games
no,
is
what
very
am I
important.
doing?
Be aware. So when there's something that doesn't quite feel right, know it,
gotcha.
and you can identify that, okay? Be prepared so that when you do feel that, you speak up and
Just
tell
gotta
someone.
keep doing
We're
it.
going to teach your kids about sportsmanship, spirit of the game. We're going to
12-9.
teach your kids conflict resolution. They're going to have a great time. They're going to get an amazing message about cancer. It's not a death sentence. It's not something you need to be scared of. It's something that you need to have a winning attitude towards, like an opponent.
20 minutes for half? Okay.
The AUDL has brought a lot of professionalism to Eric. The players are all big role models, and it's exciting to see these kids treat them as role models. They're perfect Eric ambassadors. They teach the game. They love kids.
Yeah, was that something?
It's just a great combination.
I learned how to play ultimate Frisbee during an era. Well, when I think of it, I think of I want to play it, and then I feel.
Yes. No, Nelson Oak. Yeah.
Are we still on air or no?
I think of Frisbee. Go
Clear.
Team
Okay.
Eric!
Yo. The days.
Let's rise up for it. Hard on defense, hard on out. Don't throw something if you don't have it. Hit the swing, let's work it like we know we can. Alright? Phoenix on 3. 1, 2, 3, Phoenix! Rise up on 3. 1, 2, 3. Alright, let's step up to the occasion. Let's rise up for it. Hard on defense, hard on out. Don't throw something if you don't have it. Hit the swing, let's work it like we know we can. Alright? Phoenix on 3. 1, 2, 3. Phoenix! Rise up on 3. 1, 2, 3. Alright, let's step up to the occasion. Let's rise up for it. Hard on defense, hard on out. Don't throw something if you don't have it. Hit the swing, let's work it like we know we can. Alright? Phoenix on 3. 1, 2, 3. Phoenix! Rise up on 3. 1, 2, 3. Alright, let's step up to the occasion. Let's rise up for it. Hard on defense, hard on out. Don't throw something if you don't have it. Hit the swing, let's work it like we know we can. Alright? Phoenix on 3. 1, 2, 3. Phoenix! on three. 1, 2, 3. All right, let's step up to the occasion. Let's rise up for it. Hard on defense, hard on out. Don't throw something if you don't have it. Hit the swing, let's work it like we know we can. All right, Phoenix on three. 1, 2, 3. Phoenix! Rise up on three. 1, 2, 3.
I'm Cassandra Paulo.
And I'm Jim Garanson.
And we founded Eric. In 2012, we started Eric when my mom passed away from stage 4 non-Hodgkin's lymphoma on the second day of his son Eric's cancer treatment for stage 2 non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. The difference there was stage 2 versus stage 4. Catching cancer early really was key. So when we decided to create something as a legacy to both my mom and his son, we decided that we wanted to do it within our community, and we play Ultimate, and we think that the Ultimate community is the best community, so we wanted to really get the message of cancer symptoms awareness, body awareness to that community.
What Eric does at these clinics is we come in and we take over the PE class. Usually there's 6 or 7 PE classes throughout the day. They last around 45 or 50 minutes. The first 5 or 10 minutes is all about Eric.
There are really 3 pillars to the Eric. Be active. Make sure you're getting outside and having fun. Playing Ultimate Frisbee is a great way to do that. Be aware. So when there's something that doesn't quite feel right, you know it and you can identify that, okay? Be prepared so that when you do feel that, you speak up and tell someone. Okay.
We're going to teach your kids about sportsmanship, spirit of the game. We're going to teach our kids conflict resolution. They're going to have a great time. They're going to get an amazing message about cancer. It's not a death sentence. It's not something you need to be scared of. It's something that you need to have a winning attitude towards, like an opponent on a field.
The AUDL has brought a lot of professionalism to Eric. The players are all big role models, and it's exciting to see these kids treat them as role models. They're perfect Eric ambassadors. They teach the game, they love kids, kids love them. It's just a great combination.
I learned how to play Ultimate Frisbee during an Eric. Well, when I think of it, I think of I want to play it, and then I think of fun.
I like that. What else do you think of besides fun?
I think of Frisbee. Go Team Eric!
We are Team Eric! All right, let's step up to the occasion.
My pleasure, George. Thank you.
Hard on defense, hard on out. Don't throw something if you don't have it. Hit the swing, let's work it like we know we can. All right, Phoenix on three. 1, 2, 3. Phoenix! Rise up on 3. 1, 2, 3.
I'm Cassandra Paulo.
And I'm Jim Garanson.
And we founded Eric.
So
In
where is the world's
2012,
mixed
we
beach
started
tournament? Do you know,
Eric
did they say?
when
France.
my mom passed away from stage 4 non-Hodgkin's
Oh,
lymphoma
that's terrible.
on the second day of his son Eric's cancer treatment for stage 2 non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. The difference there was stage 2
Right.
versus stage 4.
I see, okay.
Catching cancer early really was key. So when we decided to create something as a legacy to both my mom and his son, we decided that we wanted
Oh,
to
yeah,
within our
yeah,
community.
dude.
We play
I would have
Ultimate.
gone
We
with that
think
in a minute. Yeah, good for you. You
Ultimate
should.
is the best community, so we wanted to really get the message of cancer symptoms awareness, body awareness to that community.
I heard all about that. Paulie got stepped on by a cow.
Yeah, I was right there.
Yeah.
What Eric does
Clearing
at
the field
these
of
clinics is
rocks,
we come
right?
in and we take over the PE class. Usually there's 6 or 7 PE classes throughout the day. They last around 45 or 50 minutes.
not
The
for
first
me.
5 or 10 minutes is all about Eric.
There are
Just
really
suck it,
three
yeah,
pillars
just
to the
draw.
Eric. Be active. Make sure you're getting outside and having fun. Playing ultimate frisbee is a great way to do that. Be aware.
Not bad,
If
eh?
there's something that
Yeah.
doesn't quite feel right,
Oh,
and you can identify that. Okay. Be prepared.
Elijah, cow.
When you do feel that, you speak up and tell someone. Okay.
We're gonna teach your kids
Monsieur
about
Vogel.
sportsmanship, spirit of the game. We're
Okay,
gonna teach
Nasser
your
and
kids
Bay Vogel.
conflict resolution.
Bye.
They're gonna have a great
Nasser and
time.
Bay
They're
Vogel.
gonna get an amazing message about cancer. It's not a death sentence. It's not something you need to be scared of. It's something that you need to have a winning attitude towards, like an opponent on a field.
Yeah, right.
The AUDL has brought a lot of professionalism to Eric. The players are all big role models, and it's exciting to see these kids treat them as role models. They're
About what?
perfect Eric ambassadors. They teach
Oh,
the
right.
game. They love kids. Kids love them. It's just a great combination.
Yeah.
I learned how to play ultimate frisbee during an Eric. Well, when I think of it, I think of I want to play it, and then I think of fun.
I like that. What else do you think of besides fun?
I think of frisbee. Go Team Eric!
We are Team Eric!
Yeah. Sure.
All right, let's step up to the occasion. Let's rise up for it. Hard on defense, hard on out. Don't throw something if you don't have it. Hit the swing, let's work it like we know we can. All right? Phoenix on 3. 1, 2, 3. Phoenix!
Yeah.
Rise up on 3. 1, 2, 3.
I'm Cassandra Paulo,
And I'm Jim Garanser.
and we founded Eric. In 2012, we started Eric when my mom passed away from stage 4 non-Hodgkin's lymphoma on the second day of his son Eric's cancer treatment for stage 2 non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. The difference there was stage 2 versus stage 4. Catching cancer early really was key. So when we decided to create something as a legacy to both my mom and his son, we decided that we wanted to do it within our community, and we play Ultimate, and we think that the Ultimate community is the best community, so we wanted to really get the message of cancer symptoms awareness, body awareness to that community.
What Eric does at these clinics is we come in and we take over the PE class. Usually there's 6 or 7 PE classes throughout the day. They last around 45 or 50 minutes. The first 5 or 10 minutes is all about Eric.
There are really three pillars to the Eric. Be active. Make sure you're getting outside and having fun. Playing ultimate frisbee is a great way to do that. Be aware, so when there's something that doesn't quite feel right, you know it and you can identify that, okay? Be prepared so that when you do feel that, you speak up and tell someone, okay?
We're going to teach your kids about sportsmanship, spirit of the game. We're going to teach our kids conflict resolution. They're going to have a great time. They're going to get an amazing message about cancer. It's not a death sentence. It's not something you need to be scared of. It's something that you need to have a winning attitude towards, like an opponent on a field.
The AUDL has brought a lot of professionalism to Eric. The players are all big role models, and it's exciting to see these kids treat them as role models. They're perfect Eric ambassadors. They teach the game, they love kids, kids love them. It's just a great combination.
I learned how to play ultimate Frisbee during an Eric. Well, when I think of it, I think of I want to play it, and then I think of fun.
I like that. What else do you think of besides fun?
I think of Frisbee. Go Team Eric!
We are Team Eric! Let's step up to the occasion. Let's rise up for it. Hard on defense, hard on out. Don't throw something if you don't have it. Hit the thing, let's work it like we know we can. Right? Phoenix on 3. 1, 2, 3, Phoenix! Rise up on 3. 1, 2, 3.
I'm Cassandra Paulo.
And I'm Jim Garrison.
And we founded Eric. In 2012, we started Eric when my mom passed away from stage 4 non-Hodgkin's lymphoma on the second day of his son Eric's cancer treatment for stage 2 non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. The difference there was stage 2 versus stage 4. Catching cancer early really was key. So when we decided to create something as a legacy to both my mom and his son, we decided that we wanted to do it within our community, and we play Ultimate, and we think that the Ultimate community is the best community, so we wanted to really get the message of cancer symptoms awareness, body awareness to that community.
What Eric does at these clinics is we come in and we take over the PE class. Usually there's 6 or 7 PE classes throughout the day. They last around 45 or 50 minutes. The first 5 or 10 minutes is all about Eric.
There are really 3 pillars to the Eric. Be active. Make sure you're getting outside and having fun. Playing ultimate Frisbee is a great way to do that. Be aware. So when there's something that doesn't quite feel right, know it and you can identify that, okay? Be prepared so that when you do feel that, you speak up and tell someone, okay?
We're going to teach your kids about sportsmanship, spirit of the game. We're going to teach our kids conflict resolution. They're going to have a great time. They're going to get an amazing message about cancer. It's not a death sentence. It's not something
I think the residual light will be enough in here, right?
Yeah. Winning attitude towards, like an opponent on a field.
No, I think it's gonna be hard to see if we turn that shit on. I don't know.
The AUDL has brought a lot of
that's all right.
professionalism to Eric. The players are all
no, I think
role
it's
models.
good. The residual is
and
good.
It's exciting to see these kids treat them as role models. They're perfect Eric ambassadors. They teach the game. They love kids. Kids love them. It's just a great combination.
I learned how to play during an Eric. Well, when I think of it, I think of I want to play it, and then I think of fun.
I like that. What else do you think of besides fun?
I think of Frisbee. Go Team Eric!
We are Team Eric!
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We're about to start the second half of Philadelphia hosting Montreal Royale. With apologies to Coach Eileen Murray, who informs us through the wonders of technology that she is watching our live stream from the beaches of France. Aw.
No,
the big moan from the crowd. Huge sympathy for the coach.
Not in France yet.
Not in France yet, but
with the team that
she's
will be
with the team that will be there. Thank you, Mark Sands, for clarifying all that. And my apologies, Eileen. I knew it was something big and important and another coaching duty of yours, but your team is doing great. And we are about to do it again. All set to start here. For those of you who are suffering through this first broadcast with us, we appreciate your patience. For those of you who insist on trolling, you will be blocked. So don't waste your time. Go do something more useful like feed the dog or take the trash out or something. And have a great afternoon. And the rest of you, we appreciate your being here. We're happy to give you as much of this game as we can. It's all kind of a new setup for us, a brand new booth here at J.J. Braithwaite Stadium, which is, I believe, the only grass field, certainly in the East Division of the AUDL, if not the entire AUDL. I can't imagine there isn't another grass field somewhere out there, but the grass is lush and deep and wet today, of course, with the light rain that's been going on. The pull is away from Montreal. It's low and flat and hits the ground at the 23. It goes out of bounds there. Actually, it went out a little, went out at like the 27, so it's going to be centered and then whistled in by trail ref Joe Campbell on this side of the field. And that is Scotty Zhu with the disc. Play has commenced. Marcus Brownlee takes it away easily. Over to Spiva here on the sideline. Catches it before he steps out. To Will Haney. Oh, with a second chance for Scotty Zhu, who readjusts and then picks it up. I heard a whistle, I think, right before that play, though. Oh, we have a potential difference of opinion on whether the catch was made in bounds.
Looks like a travel call.
Or, oh, I guess it's a thrower travel. So we're going back. The sideline ref is giving him the place to go to put his foot. So it is a travel. And a big hammer. Ooh, blocked at the goal line, or 5 yards into the end zone. They have one extra yard line on the field today. Unfortunately, it makes it a little confusing from here because it's 5 yards in the end zone. And number 20 in midfield for Montreal. He looks to the sideline for number 27, Miguel Goder. And up the field again for a nice sliding Goder from and Katz is Katz back to
Great layout D by Will Honey. Sniff that one out.
Gabriel Monfette. Will Haney, another D. And Nicky Spiva to Marcus Brownlee on the far sideline. Brownlee upfield. Will Haney cannot scoop that one, unfortunately. That was a little low. A worm burner for sure. Back to midfield by Montreal. Up this side to Mr. Katz. Back in the middle. A little bit of a gentle gentleman's J by Andre Arsenault. Number 44.
Travel.
We have a travel. A thrower travel here. That's a new rule this year in the AUDL. The thrower travel, once the pivot foot was established, used to be a turnover. It is now simply a 10-yard penalty. And as such, the refs tend to wait Montreal back to the middle, close to the goal line, until if the throw is gone when that travel occurs. Oh, intercepted by Will Haney again in the end zone. Out to Spiva, centered over to Manganelli, who pops it long to Sean Mott, who is not going to be beaten to that disc, takes it in the far sideline, a couple yards away, looking for Marcus Brownlee, but decides on Scotty Zhu instead. A very easy play from Sean to Scotty Zhu. Scotty for his third goal, and Sean Mott with his 5th assist. And the score is now 13-9 Philadelphia. Back to a 4-goal lead. Montreal trying to stay in this. Will Haney, great series on that point. 2 Ds. Unfortunately, he couldn't quite scoop that worm burner pass over there, but he made a great effort at it.
The pull goes up. Received by Montreal.
Caught at midfield. Swung to the side. Nice floaty thing back to the middle. Easy to run under. A good fake, but nobody's buying that. Steve Bonneau on the far sideline puts a big high flick up to the middle of the field. This will be contested and is caught for a goal by Vogel. That was a great grab and not an easy one. Gets Montreal to 10 with 8:46 left in the third quarter. I don't know if you guys can hear our Montreal fan with his megaphone right down in front of us. But he is persistent, as he has been every year that he visits here. He is dedicated and vocal. So this time the disc is up again. Caught by Trey Katzenbach down at his goal line or just inside. Ooh, a nice rundown by Marquez to pull that in on the far sideline. Ooh, very pretty over the middle to Sean Mott, who is now just looking around from the center of the field. Easy hammer to number 31, Paul Klimkowski, for his first point of the game. Paul with the goal, and Sean Mott with yet another assist. That would be 6 for him versus 2 goals. And back to a 4-point lead, 14-10. Got a football score now with 8:27 left in the third. So that was a very workmanlike point with great vision on Marquez's part to find Sean Mott and give him such an easy pass, so nicely placed. Paul Klimkowski puts up a little bit of a boomerang, going to come in at midfield or very close. I know he didn't intend for that, but it's picked up and right across midfield to Kevin Quinlan. Oh, Montreal moving it very quickly. Vogel on the far sideline. Back to Steve Bonneau. Back into the middle. That looks like Quinlan again. It's going to be a short hammer, just barely caught, but not in the end zone for Montreal. And then it's out to the sideline, and that is a catch. Very nicely done. One toe down, which, ladies and gentlemen, is all you need. Just one toe. Bringing it back to 3 at 14-11, Montreal.
Great chemistry by Montreal. That handler movement looked great.
Yeah, that was very quick. They had some real rhythm going there offensively. They really have looked uncharacteristically sloppy early on in this game, but they're getting their act together here. It is a fairly long trip for them, in fairness. These road games are never easy in the AUDL.
I'm sure they spent like 10 hours on a bus today.
That's right. Montreal, a nice pull, not too high but deep. Scotty Zhu taking it on his goal line. Up to Spiva in the middle. A nice big flick. Marquez is on the loose. And Brownlee easily into the end zone for a goal. 2 throws. That's about as economic as it can be done. Economically, as we say.
Boring for the other O-line players, but exciting for the crowd.
Yes.
You gotta love big throws.
Very exciting. Brownlee with the goal. Who threw that again? Was that Spiver? No, who was it? Yeah.
Sorry.
Anyway, there we go for 15. Is it 14? No, it's 15. It's back to 4. That was, yeah.
Sorry about missing that last shot. Our cameraman is multitasking here, and he's running the show.
Montreal at midfield. Montreal with an easy flick on the far sideline into the end zone for the goal. And that will bring it to 12 for them.
This game's starting to find its pace in this third quarter.
I thought that was Nicky Spiva who threw that, but I think it was. I'm going to give it to him until I find out differently. Multitasking units. All right. Montreal given the 10-second signal here momentarily. There it is. 7:19 left in the half. Disc is up, coming down to Katzenbach on the near sideline. Centered to Scotty Zhu. He's looking for the flick. Dumps it instead to Spiva. Wants to come back to Scotty, but there it is. He gets a little fake to get his man out of the way. Up to Will Haney on the near sideline. Back to Spiva.
Montreal with a zone look to stop these hucks.
Ooh. Montreal just picked their own man over there, but in front of Scotty Zhu.
Oh, no.
Marcus Brownlee all alone. And speaking of all alone, in the end zone, is that Sean Mott?
That is Sean Mott.
How do you leave a guy like that all by his lonesome in the end zone? It's not a good defensive strategy. So we have Marcus Brownlee with a nice assist, very easy to Sean Mott for his 3rd goal of the game. And back to a 4-goal lead at 6:48 left. Each team has both of their timeouts. And sideline ref is getting back into position. 20 seconds left for Phoenix to pull. Excuse me.
Greg Martin with a big pull.
That's nice. Good long one from Greg. Montreal. Ooh, looked like it might ground out, but it's scooped up. Big backhand. Matt Esser trying to catch his man and cannot quite get there. For the goal is number 13, Andre Arsenault. Easily done. Easily done, and we're back to 3 at 13-16. Favor of Philadelphia. 20 seconds given to the Phoenix to be on the field and ready to go. Montreal gets 20 seconds once Phoenix's time has run out. 20 seconds. .635 left in the quarter. Quick points like this tend to lend themselves to a higher scoring game. The pull is away and nicely up, but fading to the far sideline. And it goes out of bounds. So will be centered. And it looks like Nicky Spiva's bringing it in. Being corrected by the ref from his rather optimistic position, and the disc is in. Down to 6:30. Will Haney in the middle, up to Sean Mott. Sean sort of looking downfield and then pops it back to Scotty Zhu instead. Back to Nicky Spiva on the dump pass. Will Haney at midfield with a big flick. And that is Arcata reeling that in with very little difficulty whatsoever. Mike Arcata reads that. The defender jumps early, and it's another goal for the home team. Arcata on the catch with a nice throw from Will Haney. Haney to Arcata for the goal. And we have 17 for the home team. We have 6:09 left in this quarter. 18:09 altogether. Another big pull. Caught at the 5. Up 10 yards in the middle. Swing to the near sideline for us. Another 10 yards up. Grew moving toward the middle to get the next pass. Close to midfield. And they're at midfield with a big flick, and he is not going to find anyone there. Overthrows his man. A little too excited.
It'd be really big if Phoenix can convert here.
It would be a big break to get it to 5.
Break up the pace of the game.
And is that Casey Startzel? I think it is in the middle there. Was just a minute ago, and 22 is Casey. Oh, it's just tipped by the defender. Can't quite get to it. Another turnover. Back to Montreal at the 20. Big hammer. Man is all alone, and it is tipped away very nicely.
That's a big save.
Who is that? Looked like Charles Cannon or someone. That was a big save. Oh, and overthrown. He hesitates. He hesitates before following it in the end zone and can't quite bring it in. I think that was Eric Nardelli, actually, on the far side, number 99, who made that play before, yes. And the man who couldn't quite run it down was Ryan Brown in the field, in the end zone. He just hesitated a little bit. Ryan on the mark right now. And that's Kevin Quinlan. Another D play.
Mishandled disc.
Mishandled disc. Dropped. I was looking down at the roster. Thank you. Walking over, taking his time, is Glenn Poole. Taking a look down at the field. Disc is
Scotty Zhu
very nice. Scotty Zhu. Oh, That'll be a 10-yard contact.
Oh, it was not Scotty Zoo. That was Eng.
Oh, was that Eng? Stephen Eng, I'm sorry. Got the contact, took the disc up. There he is, 17 and 11. Hard to tell apart sometimes. There he is, gets the official. It's back in. And a nice fake over to one side and then thrown deep. Oh! Who was that?
That was Greg Martin with a big catch.
Terrific grab.
Got up for that one.
And who threw that? Happened so quickly I didn't even see.
And that's a big conversion for Phoenix right there.
Was that Scotty or who threw that disc?
Sorry, I could not see I didn't see that you threw it.
Be great if we had a little replay here. Yes, third, yeah.
I know. It's so good on my knee.
Marcus Brownlee holding on to the disc.
Wow, that's a big pull by Marquez.
Unfortunately out of bounds right at the pylon, or just about 10 yards up.
The referee has it marked with his hat.
Brick at the 20 in the pros here. Scotty Zhu and Glenn Poole waiting in midfield for a little zone mark there. Oh, very close to getting that was Glenn Poole.
There's Montreal.
Montreal moving it quickly, but a little erratically, just in small throws.
It's just chemistry between the team and handler movement.
A little risky, one little false move. She could be on the ground. Up, close. Marquez on the mark. That one was close too by Quinn Hunzinger. Christian Foster and David Ferraro out there making things happen for Montreal. We have a little contact from Charlie Cannon. And we have a timeout. Clock had not started, I think. That was my fault. Got you. 30 seconds. 3 minutes, rather. .30 seconds just taken off, and there's a goal for Montreal. Get it back to 4 finally. Right, 18-14 with 2:52 left in the quarter. Who's it going to be? Sean Mott, probably? Yeah. Oh, interesting. I see. Okay. Just informed we do a coach and player of the game interview after the game. The pull is up. Trey Katzenbach watching that go out of bounds because he knows better. And Nicky Spiva bringing it to midfield at the 20. Trey will be his swing. And actually a little bit upfield. And the clock is in again with 2:45 left. Marquez, oh, slipped out of his hand. Will Haney going deep. That would have been pretty. Back to Sean Mott, guarding rather, and cross midfield. Paul Klimkowski out there now too. Marquez deciding whether to lay for that one, decided not to. And Andre Arsenault with the disc for Montreal. A big crossfield hammer. Will Haney gets his hand on it. Bad throw. 2:15 left. Picked up by Nick Spiva. Oh, don't wait too long. Andrew, yes.
Sean Mott with another goal.
Andrew Manganelli to Sean Mott for his 4th goal. And that makes it 19.
19-14.
To 14. With 2:10 left.
On camera, the weather doesn't look too bad, but in reality, it is wet and it is cold out here.
It is cold, yeah. It's not, certainly not over 60. Got to be mid-50s by now, low 50s. Great weather if you're a duck.
If you're a duck. And if you're an ultimate player wearing friction gloves.
Yes, it's actually not bad weather to lay out either, as long as you can slide on that grass. Don't jam a shoulder. And Montreal, first throw is to center field, a little dump pass. Back up in the middle, a little swing out to this sideline. Ooh, number 17.
Big hook.
Changes his position to go backhand.
Oh, Greg Martin gets up again.
Very nicely tipped away by Greg Martin on D. This is big. Chance to break again and go up 6 here. 1:37 left in the 3rd. Nick Spiva with the disc, is that? No, it's... I'm sorry, that's Charlie Cannon again. What do we have there? Timeout. Oh.
Injury called.
We have a injury to somebody's man parts, I think. Yes. He seems to be clutching them as he's coming off the field. Not real subtle. It's either that or a pulled groin. And Scotty Zhu with the disc, I think, or is that Stephen Ang? I can't see his name.
That's Stephen Ang.
Stephen Ang. To the middle for, or towards the middle for Spiva. Just dropped to Stephen, back to Spiva. Oh! Nice read by Nelson Oak again. And Stephen Ng up to Nicky Spiva in the middle. Big flick. Going out. Oh!
Great attempt.
Not quite brought in by Steve Rosso. Very good play, though. A fake on the far sideline. Big swing back to the near sideline. Just a minute left. Will go in the middle. Up front to Kevin Quinlan again, who's looking around. Back over to Antoine Geneste. Ooh, that was tough. A little floaty. A nice catch. Oh,
layout grab. Not in.
Not in. He's not in. Good quick call by the ref. That one's in. And there we go with 26 seconds left. 19-15 as Montreal brings it back to within 4.
See if Phoenix can convert for one more before the end of this quarter.
Well, we know that they only need about 8 seconds, so they got 26 here. That was a great play. Nelson Oak just reading the garbage. And yeah, right. It was a terrific play. And so we have, looks like Brownlee, Mott, Zhu, Katzenbach, Haney. And I can't be sure on the far if that's Andrew Manganelli or
Paul Clem.
Charles Cannon, who's down there. Trey catches it in the end zone. Scotty Zhu in the middle, looking for Marquez, who's looking away. Trey just picks that up off the turf. Marquez out on the flat. Trey was calling him back, but Sean comes instead. Sean Mott. Will Haney towards the middle, looking at Scotty Zhu, but doesn't do it. We have 4 seconds
on the clock.
And Sean Mott with a big, loopy, just defensed right in the middle of the field, a short throw. Not real great clock awareness there to end the quarter, either by me or the players. But we will be all right.
Between these two quarters, we're going to roll to a message from our sponsors. I'm sure your viewers have seen it more than once, so here it is.
All right, let's step up to the occasion. Let's rise up for it. Hard on defense, hard on out.
So
Don't
each
throw
team
something
has
if you don't
both
have it.
timeouts.
Let's work it like we know we can. All right? Phoenix on 3. 1, 2, 3. Phoenix!
Home team commentators, what do they expect?
Rise up on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Caroline is getting emphatic
Marcus
out there.
Underpalo?
It's only 4, she's
And
saying.
we
We can
sounded
do
Eric.
this. 1915, relatively.
In 2012, we started Eric when
Sounds like
my
his
mom
camera's
passed
just going
away
off.
from
Is that?
stage 4 non-Hodgkin's lymphoma on the second day of his
Oh,
son
that's her
Eric's
rattle. Right,
cancer
right, right.
treatment for stage 2 non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. The difference there was stage 2 versus stage 4. Catching cancer early really was key. So when we decided to create something as a legacy to both my mom and his son, we decided that we wanted to do it within our community, and we play Ultimate, and we think that the Ultimate community is the best community, so we wanted to really get the message of cancer symptoms awareness, body awareness to that community.
Give him a holler.
What Eric does at these clinics is we
oh,
come
here he
in and we
comes.
take over the PE class. Usually there's
Here he
6 or
comes,
7
look at
PE
him.
classes.
Go,
throughout the day.
Nick!
They last around 45 or 50 minutes.
What's that?
The first
Is
5
that
or 10
somebody?
minutes is all about Eric.
Oh, no.
There are really 3 pillars to the Eric. Be active. Make sure you're getting outside and having fun. Playing Ultimate Frisbee is a great way to do that. Be aware.
Great hustle,
There's
Nick. I was about to
that
come
doesn't
to
quite
the
feel
camera.
right. You know it, and you can identify that, okay? Be prepared so that when you do feel that, you speak up and tell someone.
Ready?
Okay?
I'm gonna go live.
We're going to teach your kids about sportsmanship, spirit of the game.
Welcome back from our quick break as this 4th quarter is about to get underway.
Score is 19-15. The ref is just getting that disc nice and wet for the thrower, who is going to be Greg Martin, launching another pull to start the 4th quarter. Each team still has their timeouts, both timeouts, obviously saving them for the necessitude on Montreal's part of a hoped-for comeback, and on Philadelphia's part just to have them if they need them. Montreal moving it up the field fairly well here. Back into the middle to Vogel, who puts a nice floaty thing out for
and a big shot to the end
his
zone.
receiver. And oh, that's a good catch and a nice goal for the visitors. Again, just enough hesitation. And I don't think that was Andre Arsenault, but Jordan Taylor with the reception in the end zone again. Or was it Arsenault? I can't tell. And that brings it down to 3. 19-16. May have been Arsenault who caught that. I think it was, actually. He's the slightly taller and slightly blonder of those two. Him and Taylor. The pull is up. This one is nice and high, deep, but going out on the near sideline. Ref marks the spot with his hat. We have Paul Klimkowski, Andrew Freshman Manganelli, Will Haney, Scotty Zhu, Sean Mott, Marcus Brownlee, and Nicky Spiva bringing the disc to midfield. Paul is going to wait on this side to be his swing pass, and Taylor is covering him very tightly. Marcus all alone on the other side, on the break side. Paul Klimkowski gets loose anyway. We have a, oh, clock is, thank you. I'm being reminded to multitask better, get on the clock. Paul Klimkowski with the disc. Back center field-ish to Nicky Spiva, who thought about a long backhand but pulled it in. Easy out to Paul Klimkowski on the far flat. Paul with a nice fake towards Andrew Manganelli in the middle of the field. Nick Spiva with a big backhand. Sean Mott made a hesitation and let his man get in front of him and tip it away. That was a great defensive play.
That was an amazing defensive play there, Bailey.
But I think a little bit of that was Sean's hesitation, as I don't think he saw the disc actually go up. Who was that on the far team? Yeah. On Montreal, it was Nathan Dundurand who made that layout D in the back of the end zone to keep it at 3. Montreal starting at their goal line. And oh, that was so close. Oh. 2 men out all by themselves for Montreal. Oh, one almost tips it away from the other, but they catch it for the goal to bring it to within 2 at 19-17. Missed opportunity on this side with Sean just making that last second adjustment. Philadelphia's going to want to have some real get-it-back focus on this point.
19-17, that's a big break from Montreal right there to swing the momentum towards their side, get another hungry D-line out there and see what they can do. Philadelphia Phoenix is only left to answer here.
The pull is up. 10 minutes, 11 seconds left in the game.
Deep pull.
That looks like Katzenbach back in the end zone again to Scotty Zhu in the middle to Marcus Brownlee. Further up in the middle. He thinks about a big backhand, but brings it back. Scotty Zhu over to Nicky Spiva on this side. And again to Glenn Poole on this side. They have a very experienced O-line out there right now. Cross field. Scotty Zhu back in the middle. Oh, that was a good holster. Don't throw it into the D. Glenn Poole with an easy backhand Into traffic. Yes, it's pulled in.
Big grab. No, number 23.
23. That is Mike Arcata again. Who threw that? Scotty Zhu?
No, Glenn Poole.
Glenn Poole, I'm sorry, with the easy floater. Glenn Poole with the easy floater to Mike Arcata. Really terrific catch. And we have 20-17 as our score now. They did need that. Our megaphone friend down front can be distracting here. And looks like the Phoenix are a little hurried to get that pull away. Greg Martin with another nice big loopy deep pull to the goal line. And number 49 in the middle for Montreal, Felix Antoine Daigle. Throws it away, gets it back, You're playing a little catch with one of his teammates. Francis Breton out there in the middle. Montreal moving this a little too easily.
Really
big flick, and Nelson Oak guarding the receiver, but it's put out front for an easy goal for the guests to bring it to 20-18. And the visiting team has really made a game out of this. It's taken them a while, but with 8:59 they have done it. And we again have Marcus Brownlee and looks like Andrew Manganelli, Nick Spiva, Will Haney, Trey Katzenbach, Sean Mott and Scotty Zhu out there. Yeah.
Big pull from Montreal.
That's going into the end zone. Scotty Zhu has taken that.
He's been consistent
5 yards
all night.
deep. Out to Nick Spiva. Marcus Brownlee on this sideline with a big flip for Sean Mott all alone. Oh,
Sean
How
Mott.
does he do that? And a fake, and then the backhand Sean Mott to Will Haney to get it to 21. That was very nice. Sean Mott to Will Haney for the goal. And we are at 21-18 with 8:42 left. Now the Phoenix could use a break here. Just a little D action. Let's see who wants to pull it. I think it is going to be Greg Martin again. Why fix it if it ain't broke? If it ain't broke, why fix it, right? Greg Martin will do the pulling honors again. Ten seconds for the pull. The Phoenix will not wait that long, and Greg puts a nice deep one, not quite as high, but it is into the end zone. That's a great pull.
I think that was Charlie Cannon.
Was it Charlie? Thank you. Charlie
Yeah.
Cannon with a very nice pull. Out to Vogel on the near sideline. And we have a little contact there. Really very light contact by Mike Arcata, but it's enough. Swing to the middle for Montreal. A little thing over the head. Almost got poached. They're down to the 10. And a low flick for the goal. Get it back within 2. Montreal looking like their old selves in this fourth quarter, I have to say. Very quick answer.
Montreal really utilizes the width of the field going sideline to sideline.
They do, and the Phoenix don't seem to be covering those gaps sometimes. Some of those guys are a little too open.
It's a big field out there.
Katzenbach, Haney, Brownlee, Zhu, Spiva. And Brownlee out there. Montreal with a big flat pull again into the end zone. Trey Katzenbach reeling that in. Scotty Zhu, Marcus Brownlee on this sideline, wide open. Oh, he overthrows his man. He overthrows him. Nicky Spiva just needed to give that a little more air.
More air.
Now we have a chance to get it within one. Montreal, 10 yards right away, another 10 yards up to midfield. And that is Malik Auger Samar with the throw over there, 71, number 11.
Montreal is marching downfield right now.
In the middle, Christian Foster. They are a little too easily. Katz again in the middle. Ben Katz holding the disc, drops it back to Felix Antoine Dagluk, swings it across. Oh, not in? No, he's not in the end zone yet. But he goes way across field and just barely gets it inside the sideline with Scotty Zhu closing in. And that takes it to 20. And a 1-goal game. Kind of feeling like a little timeout. And I think timeout was just called by Philadelphia. It's a good time for it. So one timeout left for Philadelphia. Here's hoping they don't have to use it later, but they will have it should they need it. Time for these guys to get on a winning track here to start the season. It's a big moment for the Phoenix. Who have been building towards some parity with the rest of the very strong Eastern Division.
What do you see out there, Bailey? What's working for this Montreal team to crawl back into this game in the fourth quarter?
I think, as you point out, using the whole field, number one, their swings, and I think also they're moving the disc quickly. They're not holding it long and letting defense set up or catch up in most cases. So they're, that quick movement is keeping Philadelphia off guard. Until that Brownlee overthrow, Philadelphia had been doing very well on offense too, and that, the disc is so slippery out there.
I'm also interested to see what Montreal might do for a defensive look here. I think by the judge of the polls, Philadelphia will be going downwind at this point. So maybe they try to junk up the defense. Yes, you're right.
It's not much of a win, but it is definitely downwind.
Maybe they try to junk up the D and stop these Hucks from going up.
That's a fairly high pull with 7:01 left. Settling in the middle for Scotty Zhu. Little fake, and then the defender falls down on Nick Spiva, so he gets the first disc. With Mike Arcata back to Spiva, back in the middle to Andrew Manganelli, who fakes a scoober over the top to Katzenbach. Back over here to Mike Arcata again. Oh, Marcus Brownlee slipped.
Overthrown.
He slipped on as he was trying to cut up field. That was a nice throw.
Montreal looking right away to tie this game.
Open. Ooh, it is caught. He's not in the end zone.
Not in.
He's not in the end zone, but timeout.
Timeout called.
Timeout called by Montreal. And that's a good call on their part.
More ultimate IQ. That's a veteran call.
Too important a point to risk screwing it up. So they'll doubtless come in with a set play, and my guess is it'll be 2 throws maximum, maybe even just 1.
Fourth quarter with 6 minutes, 19 seconds left, 21-20. Let's see what Montreal can chalk up and convert here.
And conversely, let's see if the Phoenix put on a little zone cup. They're going straight man, it looks like. Montreal doing a stack in the center of the end zone. And
whoa, we're having confusion with players if we have too many on the field or not. He's hustling off.
The play has not been. The play has to be blown in by the ref to come off a timeout. But the players can move, and the ref is watching his time go down, and it's in.
Break around
1 throw. There it is.
Montreal ties the game.
Tied the game. Goodness gracious. So Philadelphia thirsting for a little offense here, but could really also use some defense. And we seem to have this same line out with the addition this time of Nelson Oak. May have come in for Andrew Manganelli. I'm not sure who. Who else? We still have Brownlee, Nelson Oak, Scotty Zhu, Will Haney. And 6:15 left. 10 seconds to pull. Montreal with a big one, but it's going towards the far sideline. It's going to settle back.
Double helix and lands in.
Yep, very nicely. Swing to Nick Spiva. Brownlee open and all alone on this sideline. No slipping this time. Gets the disc. Puts it up to Nelson Oak, who fakes a backhand in the middle and back to Marquez. Oh, a nice sliding catch. Who's that? Glenn Poole or Paul Klimkowski? Who is that?
That was Paul Klimkowski.
Paul Klimkowski.
To Sean Mott.
Nice sliding catch to Sean Mott. Oh!
Sean
no!
Mott.
It's tipped away. It is tipped away.
Philadelphia has to play defense here.
A Blady flick.
Big gets a hand on it.
Big defense time. Scotty Zhu. Paul Klimkowski on the mark. Nelson Oak. Sean Mott on the mark. Paul on his mark now. Felix Antoine Douglas with Ben Katz in the middle there. Oh,
mishandled.
Oh, what a break for the Phoenix, and they really could use it. Scotty Zhu letting the offense get past him a little bit. Picks up the disc within the 10 seconds easily. Little swing pass over to Nick Spiva, who comes up to Sean Mott. Just under 4 minutes. Marquez on the far side, just past middle.
Whoa.
Oh, Will Haney reading it late, and it's out of bounds. Oh, another missed throw.
It's a risky shot downfield.
If Will had seen that a step earlier, he could have caught that before it went out. Paul Klimkowski on the mark, forcing middle, taking away the sideline. Swing pass all the way to center. Will Haney quickly on the mark. 4:20 left. Montreal on the far side. Timeout called by Montreal with 4:18 left, and that is their final timeout. Final timeout. So, tense situation here with 4 minutes plus left. Montreal going to try to put something together. There may have been a call for a change of personnel on that too. It may have been the coaches.
Line change.
Thinking, yeah, line change here. got Basile Limoges out there, 32. Nasser
His name is Oak Nelson.
Oak Nelson. Oh, look at that. Nelson Oak. Look at that. Oak is his first name. Pardon me, Oak. Thank you for all those of you texting in.
Yeah, big shout out to
a guy named Bailey Saul should get Oak Nelson correct.
Yeah.
Both of us with last names for first names. Sorry about that, Oak. But Oak has had a great game today for Philadelphia. One of their brand new guys. And now with 4:18 left, people are in position. And the clock is started.
Oh, big
Disc
shot
is
right
up
away.
on a big play. He's all alone, but he's still at the 2. And he's looking for a receiver from the far corner. Tries to center it a little to Vogel, who's looking for a dump. Or at least faking one up front. Oh! We have a strip? No. We have a turnover. I think Montreal thinks that was stripped. But it wasn't. It was a turn. Well, I can't say that for certain without seeing a replay. Phoenix on the sideline. Oh! Oh! It is waffled and dropped. Another turnover.
We have a call on the field.
We called contact on that.
3 minutes and 30 seconds
They
left.
called
in this
contact
quarter.
from behind. We have a
stoppage of play.
Stoppage of play, and I'm not sure why. Head ref moving up the field. Oh, this looks like an injury timeout. One of the Montreal players is coming out for Félix-Antoine Daigle, who is going back in to play deep in the end zone. Play D on this.
Disc is in.
Disc is in. The clock is running. And Phoenix looking
great
for a little
move.
dump swing. Is he in?
Yes.
He is in. There it is with 3:17 left. They finally break the tie. Who was that? That was
It was to Spiva.
Spiva caught it. Spiva caught the goal. And I am not sure who threw that. But Philadelphia is now scurrying to get the line out that they want. Trey Katzenbach giving some last-minute advice as he backs off the field.
Three minutes and 17 seconds left as Phoenix pulls the disc down to Montreal.
Very nice pull. Caught at the 5. Montreal moving it in 5 and 10 yard increments. Little 10-yard throw to the middle. We're having some double team poaching action. Glenn Poole out there? No, is that? Ooh! Very close. Yeah, it is. Glenn Poole running around to poach. Oh. 17. Looking at number 80. Not in. Not in. The referee is calling him in. Not in. He's calling himself in. But the referee says no. That one is. And there is the tying goal with 2:37 left at 22s. Well, we got a barn burner, folks. A genuine nail-biting finish here with 2:37 left. Tie game. No timeouts for Montreal.
What's overtime rules?
I'll tell you in just a minute. Scotty Shoe in the middle.
50 seconds left in this quarter.
Working the disc. Marcus Brownlee on the far side.
Give it up. Give it up. Don't throw it deep. Thank you.
Back to Spiva. Swung to Will.
Oh, what was that?
Out. Throws it on.
Oh, they got the penalty. They got the push.
30 seconds. Clock stops. On the penalty.
We got
It's
it.
in.
That's it. Give it the mop, baby.
They can win this game if they just get the score. Might work out with the disc in the middle.
That's it.
To Nick Spiva.
Spiva and mop.
19. No, we're not going to win upfield trash. Paul Klukowski all alone on this sideline. Gets loose.
Timeout.
Hey Nick, we're not getting any
Timeout.
right now.
11 seconds. Timeout called by Philadelphia, and that is their final. All 11. 110 actually left. Or is that 11 seconds? That's 11 seconds, right? Yes.
We just lost it with the 7. Yeah, you got me. Hey, Gal, can you talk me through
Yes.
the micro clip?
Are we there? Uh-oh.
We're back live.
Okay.
Yeah, we're back live.
Sorry about that little tech glitch here. We're back live with the score 22 all and 11 seconds left. Timeout called by Philadelphia with the disc at about midfield.
Opportunity to see something spectacular here, huh, Bailey?
It would be nice to get a replay of the end of the first half from the Philadelphia point of view, yes, with Oak Nelson making a layout grab for a goal here or somebody. Oak is out there as it happens. So Philadelphia may be thinking this too. You have Will Haney, Oak Nelson, Scotty Zhu, Spiva. It's at the 25 actually. I did not see where the disc was. Sean Mott very close to us, Marquez Brownlee. And the clock is in. 9 seconds.
To
Swing
Scotty.
to Scotty Zhu. 5 left. Oak Nelson. Somebody's got to wing it. 1 second. It's
Mott
up.
puts up a jump ball.
It's up.
Deed.
And it's teed up. We have overtime, ladies and gentlemen. We have overtime. No. No, it's not sudden death. They play the whole thing.
This is why we love this game, huh, Bailey? For moments
Excitement.
like this.
So we have a 5-minute overtime coming up. And this is going to the rules of note. Here we go. OT stop clock on fouls and disc out of bounds in the last 30 seconds. So let's just double check.
We got Bailey in here digging into the rule book.
Okay, so each team has exactly 1 timeout in each and every overtime period. Always handy to have a copy of the rules.
You want to give the listeners a little insight on what's going to happen here?
Yes, we are going to have, each team gets another timeout. They are now going to figure out who's getting first pull. The first overtime is 5 minutes timed, and if it is still tied at the end of that 5 minutes, there is a second overtime that is sudden death. Each overtime gets an extra timeout for each team. So one has been put back on the board for everybody. And now we gotta see. Phoenix owner George Harris out on the field too, just getting clarified on what's what.
So now who receives the disc here?
I believe that's another coin toss, which is what's going on right now. J.B. Harrington giving the visitors their choice. Dan Moraski seems to be signaling that the Phoenix will be to our left. Oh no, it looks like Montreal is receiving. They're all making the sign for receiving as they come over. And we are ready to go. 5 minutes. It looks like Philly is pulling to Montreal. I'm going to try and concentrate a little on clock here, Mark. Keep that play-by-play going, buddy.
Gotcha.
And let's see who we got out there for these guys. 27 and 51. You've got some pretty reliable Basile Limoges and Miguel Goder on the Montreal side, along with I'm betting at least Kevin Grew or Quinlan. One of the Kevins is out there.
The disc is up.
Disc is up. Maybe both of them, 80 and 81. Something tells me the overtime will not have quite the pace of scoring that the game did. He is wide open over across the field. That's a little too open for this stage. The disc all the way to midfield, now all the way to the 15, 17 on the far side. Montreal back towards the middle. And closer to the middle, another flick down to the 15 again. And one to the end zone that is not going to be caught. Big turnover there. A little flat and a little fast for that receiver. Matt Esser giving chase and then moving back towards the middle of the field while Oak Nelson goes to get the disc. He is bringing it up to the near cone. And it's in with just under 4 minutes left.
Greg Martin.
To
Quinn.
Running it down. Quinn Hunsinger. What a pickup. What a catch. Got his fingers under that. That was a beautiful pickup by Quinn Hunsinger. Another good one over there by Stephen Eng. And on the far side, Matt Esser. Yep. Oak Nelson. Nice. Oh, it's tipped and dropped. Another turnover by Philadelphia.
Sending one man
Greg
deep.
Martin. It just went right through both hands. Big cross-field flick. D is coming on a little slowly for Greg Martin. Oop, another flick to midfield. Quinn Hunsinger marking Quentin Bonneau. Quinn on Quentin, and the timeout is called at 3:05 by Montreal, who has just burned their only timeout for this overtime.
Montreal gets the disc back and moves it immediately, and I think that's really what's helping him here. Just catch the defense sleeping.
They have fought long and hard to get to this spot, of course, and Phoenix fighting equally hard to keep them away, to hold them off. Going to see if Philadelphia uses this chance to change their line at all. Again, I think that's Montreal's focus here, was to change just a couple players. Katz is back out there. I don't think he was previously. Montreal looks like they may be going to Jordan Taylor. They were the captain was pointing sort of either to Jordan or to Andre Arsenault. 3:05 left. The disc is picked up. The ref is waiting for the time to expire to blow it in. And there it is. The clock is started. The disc is up. Caught right at midfield. The little gentleman J turn there. That should be blown as a travel, but it's not enough to make a difference.
Injury call.
Oh, injury. We have an injury timeout. And that is Monsieur Arsenault, I think. Yes. Andre Arsenault hobbles off the field. Disc is back in. Clock is back running. Casey Startzel on the mark. Being very frenetic out front of this man. And 81, of course, who is Kevin Quinlan.
Oh.
Big Ben Katz on the far side. Looked like Casey almost got a hold of that. Katz on this side again. Oh! That was caught despite a very good defensive try. Really looked like he had that. Ben Katz in the middle of the field. Casey Startzel locking him down. Oh! And it is dropped, and that is a turn. There's no second chance guaranteed with 2:08 left. Philadelphia walking Spiva slowly to the disc.
Sean Mott looking for the disc
Mott
right
looking
now.
for it on this near sideline.
Put the ball in
Brownlee
the
coming
hands.
to him and slipping again. Yeah, some of these guys need longer cleats. Glenn Poole. Timeout.
Phoenix.
Philadelphia. With 1:47 left.
No timeouts for each team.
That's right. They both burned them. And here we are. Looking for that last point.
We like to call points like this marathon points.
Yeah.
For the excessive.
Yeah, it has been tied for a little while now.
I would
like
say.
the entire overtime.
Yeah.
That's rare not to see any scores. I think it's probably indicative of two things. A little fatigue on the starting line's parts, but also better D and a little more conservative O. Nobody wants to give it up here, and yet they've each turned it a couple times. Uncharacteristic turns, really wet disc kind of turns. Both hands on it on the far side, popping out. That kind of thing. You just don't see at this level very often unless the disc is wet. Montreal has to feel pretty good about this. Philadelphia with Quinn Hunsinger, Paul Klinkowski, Andrew Manganelli. Is that Paul? No, I'm sorry. That was... that's Ben. You have Will Haney, you have Spiva and Scotty Zhu. Disc is in, clock is on. Andrew Manganelli. Oh, that's Mike Arcata. I'm sorry. Backhand going to the end zone for Quinn Hunsinger. And there it is.
Oh, Quinn dunks it.
Mike
after.
Arcata with Quinn Hunsinger. That was a nice throw. It just got over there. 23. Mike Arcata with the assist to Quinn Hunsinger for the goal. And we have 23 for the home team. 1:37 left. Same timeout rules apply at the last 30 seconds of overtime as during any other quarter. And it looks like Spiva's going to be pulling it this time. It's a little too boomerangy. It's not going much past midfield. Yeah. And settles out right at right shy of midfield. Was that Cannon who pulled that? That might have been Cannon. I don't see anyone. Oh, no, it is Spiva out in the hat. Cannon is on the mark, though. Steve Bonneau. To Vogel in the middle.
Unmarked.
5 yards up, unmarked, yeah. You need to play closer D, fellas. You need to play closer D. Oh, and a big hammer to the corner of the end zone for Vogel, who is in. Looked like his knee was on the line, but he's giving him that goal. 23 all with 1:13 left. Plenty of time. Plenty of time. Christian Foster looks like he's going to be doing the pulling honors, or no, did he give it over to one of the Kevins? I think he gave it. Looks like Kevin Quinlan may be doing the pulling. No, it is number 11, Christian Foster for Montreal. Pull is really important in these situations, and that's not a great one, but it's plenty deep enough. And Trey lets it hit the ground, throws it to Spiva in the middle. Will Haney in the middle. It's a very important time not to mishandle the disc. Marquez Brownlee. Oh, putting it out front. No, and the D is going to get there and intercept. Poached very deep. If we don't have a big D play here, this is it for the Phoenix.
45 seconds left in this quarter.
40 seconds. Oh, my goodness. That is too bad.
Montreal.
The man he's throwing to's coverage was away, but he got poached. Oh, nobody looking. Nobody talking to Nicky Spiva. D is getting a little casual down here.
19 seconds left.
It's back to Christian Foster and then back. Oh,
D.
It is dropped there. 6 seconds.
5, 4, 3, 2. Nicky hucks one up. Nobody home.
It's nobody home. It is another overtime, and this time it is sudden death. There will be no clock.
How do the rules run for this? First one to score?
That is correct. And I believe they have to toss the coin again. I believe we are tossing the coin again. Second overtime will be sudden death. The first coin toss overtime is reversed. That's the way this goes.
Meaning Philadelphia Phoenix will be receiving the disc this time.
Correct. Correct.
Well, what a great night.
So it's
for a
in their
home
hands,
opener.
right?
Yeah, their hands right here. Great way to end a home opener, I'd
Boy,
say.
I guess so. People got their money's worth today, huh?
Crowd's on their feet. They're into it.
Yeah, they sure are.
Our guy down here with his horn, he's not into it.
Well, he's texting someone, apparently. He might be tweeting the game for the home fans. Montreal getting the disc to pull. Good to see a professional ref crew getting everything right first try out here. Talking up my old homies. I know many folks, and I mean I have my own reservations about referees in Ultimate, but I think for the pro game it's kind of difficult to keep the pace going if players are disputing calls with each other.
Right. I agree with that.
Ironically, what the AUDL found, at least after their first couple of seasons, were that players wanted more calls to be made. They didn't feel enough contact on the throws, and certainly not enough picks were called. I think they probably still feel that way. I think I'm going to do this. When that clock runs down, I don't need to do time because there is no time this half. So
In this double overtime.
Yep, in this double overtime, right? Second overtime period.
Yep.
And they're just going to pull away because they know they don't need the clock. So here we go, Philadelphia Phoenix. Let's see what you guys can do. Scotty Zhu in the end zone. Nick Spiva getting a little extra step there to Sean Mott in the middle. Easy flick to Quinn Hunsinger. Little air bounce to Oak Nelson. Oak looking, I think we're thinking Quinn deep, which is a very good call. There are not many people out here can go vertical with Quinn Hunsinger, I can tell you that. Sean Mott on the far sideline,
and he calls
his timeout. That is a good timeout.
More display of ultimate IQ, I'd say.
That's right. So now Montreal has one timeout left and Philadelphia has none. Yeah, that's just a very heady play at this point. There's no clock issues. You just want to have control. You want to have your stuff together to make the right series of plays. And personally, who can you think of better than Quinn in the end zone here? I mean, Sean has ridiculous ups too, but I think Quinn would even take him one-on-one with his extra length and height. Either of those two, I'd be happy going for it, you know.
I agree.
Either of those guys gets a step for me. I'm hitting that all day long.
But also, since we're so close to the end zone here, I'd love to see some great handler movement from the front.
Sure. Sure.
But I do feel you there. Put it up and let your friend make a play.
Get the right guy. You know, I mean, the fewer throws you can do this in, the less chance for a turnover, for screwing it up, but it has to be the right throw. Mm-hmm. You can't throw anything marginal at this point. One guy to break loose, and if you see your matchup. So we got the stack. We got Scotty Zhu playing short, Nick Spiva with the disc, Sean Mott next to him. And off they go.
Sean Mott.
Sean Mott.
No,
tipped away.
That is a huge D by Montreal to make that stop.
Wow.
Montreal was not fooled there. They had Scotty ISO'd.
They read it, and he just lasered on that. There was maybe a little too much focus on that one throw. Nick Spiva. That was a good catch. Montreal in their own end zone, throwing some risky stuff. And we have a timeout for
Montreal.
Montreal, and that burns their only timeout. Holy Monroney. What is going on here today? This is just a little nuts.
I'm on the edge of my seat here, Bailey. I don't know about you.
Boy.
My head's out the window looking out here. Yeah.
Cameraman has got the paces going on here. Well, somebody's getting one more goal. I don't know who it is. We will have to see.
No clock in this second overtime. Just depending on who puts in this last score.
Oh boy. Giving me the jitters, these guys. Come on.
Some athletes on both sides here.
There sure are. You got
Man,
Oak Nelson out there, Greg Martin.
Could fill AUDL top 10 and like with
yes.
With this game.
Sean Mott has his hat off. Marquez, Scotty Zhu.
Got Greg Martin out there.
Yep.
He's hanging deep. He's not letting anything over top.
And we have Steve Rosso and Nick Spiva rounding it out. Oak Nelson getting in front of him. Work him, Oak. Work him, Oak. There you go. Brownlee marking at midfield. Keep forcing them back. Don't let them go upfield. Oh, it's a big throw deep, and nobody is there for Philadelphia. Oh!
And a great D by Scotty Zhu!
Oh, dog!
Amazing
How did that happen?
D.
I thought he was going to get that.
Montreal wants a call here.
2 injury timeouts.
Montreal's not going to get a
2
call
injury
here.
timeout. What? He's looking for official. Oh, offsides pull. No, there's no offsides. That's not the call there.
That's a game-saving D by Scotty Zhu. You got to give him props for that.
Scotty closed on that so fast, and I really thought it was over. I don't know how he got anything on that. He must have had a fingertip or something, but kudos to Scotty Zhu for giving the Phoenix one more chance. Walking it up to the goal line.
Nicky.
It's tapped in. Nicky Spiva.
Greg Martin.
Quinn Hunsaker. Oh, and that's tipped. That is tipped on the throw. Once again, that's Kevin Quinlan out there, who has just been a monster for them all game.
Montreal quickly
Quinn.
reversing fields.
Oh, Vogel with a nice catch over Greg Martin.
They are putting it all on the line for this
They
last
sure
point.
are.
Nobody home. D!
Oh, Oak Nelson. One more time.
Great.
Oak Nelson on the far side.
Great heads up downfield.
Holy cats. I think we're going to be here till midnight, fellas. I just don't know.
I love this. Philly does not say die.
This is the longest sudden death I think I've ever watched.
Oh, no one
What
back
is
for
that,
Nicky.
4 turns? Now, no! No! How do you do that?
No up line.
5, no, he had no, it was a stall. He had no help.
And a hammer.
And there's the
will
game.
End the game.
There is the game for Montreal. I'll be dag-nabbed.
The final here, 24-23.
On a heartbreaker for Philadelphia.
The Royals take it in
Holy
a
cats.
double overtime sudden death win on a crossfield hammer to seal the deal.
That is something else. What a game. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we want to thank you for joining us here at J.J. Braithwaite Stadium, Conshohocken, Pennsylvania, for the Montreal Royale pulling out a come-from-behind double overtime sudden death victory over the Philadelphia Phoenix, 24-23. What a game. certainly one of the best AUDL games I've ever seen. With thanks to Mark Sands and Nick Holliday, cameraman, and our field guys, Leonard Evans, to the entire teams doing their handshakes now on the field. Customary ultimate post-game ritual. Sportsmanship always being important, but holy cats, what a heartbreaker for Philadelphia. Thanks, folks, for joining us. We hope to see you next Sunday afternoon at 1 o'clock for the next Phoenix game here at JJ Braithwaite. Don't know who they're hosting, but we will see you then with any luck. Thanks for joining us. This is Bailey Saul saying good night.